Yep. Back at it, man. Culture Uncut podcast. Another episode of hell. Let's go ahead and get into it. It's Woke Wednesday. I know they say we can't say it no more, but it's Woke Wednesday. It's your boy Trey Pound, the moisturizer, your host, and I'm kicking it with my co-host. I'll let my dog introduce himself.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's just the good brother Geo, man, just here to make sure that we doing what we supposed to do.
All right, that's what we're doing. Let me go ahead and just get straight to it, man, because this been like a I don't know if you've seen it, but my dog came out and he put out a message. Let me go ahead and just get straight to it, straight to the doggone heat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen this or not, but Big Pete said he ain't playing around with you, bro.
We are leaving wokeness and weakness behind and refocusing on lethality, meritocracy, accountability, standards, and readiness. To be the world's most lethal and effective fighting force, you have to set and maintain high standards for our men and women in uniform. High, equal, and unwavering. They need to be fit, not fat. Sharp,
Yeah.
not shabby.
Mm-hmm.
Especially our leaders. And that's why we're reviewing how the department has maintained standards in the past 4 years, and whether those standards have dropped, formally or informally.
There you have it, man. There you have it. That boy said he ending wokeness, man. Hey, how the people doing, dog? You checked in on your peoples? No, my dog Nova said he like to check in on his people, man.
um, I I actually haven't seen that in my algorithm, so I appreciate you for putting that out there. But that's what's up. I like when people let me know where they stand. You know what it is that they're trying to do, so that you know how you need to handle yourself. So um, I believe again that the wokeness that they're talking about is that quote unquote leftist liberal. They don't want change, so they view anything as just being woke or fake news. But like I said, I like to see where they draw their line in the sand. I like that.
Oh no, I got my still woke shirt on. Shout out to the club page, man. I had to wear my still woke 'cause I told you, boy, people tucking their wokeness in. So I'm trying to figure out, if we the crew being brave about it, or they've been like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just stop talking
They
about such
should.
and such.
They should be brave, man. Don't as they used to, man, don't negotiate with terrorists. So don't fall for the tactics, man. Still do what you got to do.
Man, speaking of tactics, man, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and
Yes, yes.
I had one of them days, bro. I was like, you know what? Let's get back on track with my therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Had had to holler at my therapist this morning. You ever been to therapy?
Yeah. My bad for the delay, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just like one of them. I've got a new therapist, so it's kind of like one of them weird, awkward
The filling
stages.
out stage.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, oh, I don't know, boy. I don't know how I feel about you. Know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I think that is one of the drawbacks that I don't like is especially when you get accustomed to talking to somebody and how y'all communicate, and then for whatever reason, you have to get somebody else. That substitute, in a sense, never suffices.
Like, how do you navigate them channels? Or like for me, I'm just like, it feels like you like reopening all this old stuff that you just
Mhm,
like went through with the past person, and like naturally you would want them to bridge it so it can be a smooth transition so you can keep
mhm.
on with your process. But it just felt like, damn, boy, I got in there, started talking about. She's like, oh well, what brings you in? Started talking, boy. She started shaking and shit. I'm like, oh damn,
She
like
wasn't ready.
yeah, I'm like good God. Like I asked for a black therapist, but I thought you could handle this shit. Man.
Oh man, you done scared the person, bro.
She started shaking and trembling. I was like, "Man, I wonder, like, is this a norm?" You know, this society in today's world where everybody is, like, getting going through a healing journey or whatnot, self-discovery, and sometimes it makes you wonder, like, "Man, is this the right is this the right steps I'm taking?" You know?
I do want to say that it is. I feel that self discovery or therapy is needed. I think we just have to make sure that we are equipping people with the right skills and resources that they need. Oftentimes, therapists need therapy themselves just to be able to decompress from what they took on. So that's probably what she was dealing with, bro. She probably needed to re up and get some more. Resources to be able to deal with the new challenges that came with a new client.
Man, it was day 1, boy, she definitely gonna need some healing, boy, I'm like, "Golly, boy, I could you got thinking about getting somebody else, going back to the drawing board. Day 1, you already shaking?"
Sub somebody else in, coach.
Like, good gosh, man, with all the, like, the new information and data that's going on, they say what
Mhm,
1 in 5 adult experience, like, some type of mental illness annually, and,
mhm,
and with Black Americans, they say we face it, our rates are, like, triple that.
mhm.
So what have you been doing, like, in this type of, like, environment to kinda keep yourself grounded?
One of my go-to things is breath work and meditation. So I try to do those two. If it has to escalate through that, I try to do yoga to try to move some of that stagnant energy. And then if that still is it, then like you said, I do have to go converse with somebody, just so that I can get for lack of better words, somebody on the outside, a to be able to help me navigate through things. But those are normally my routine or my regimen for when I'm dealing with the issues that we're facing.
I hear that. What do you take on, like, the youth? Because I'm seeing a spike in our youth, when it pertains to a lot of these, like, ADHD, anxiety,
Mhm.
depressions, our youth has been impacted in large numbers.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Same things I more or less recommend, man, is breath work, getting them to slow down. Once you slow down, then you'll be able to see things a little bit better. And then now it's kind of sort of just about, like mentoring, which is the same thing as like therapy. And being able to, what I'm saying, walk somebody through something. But yeah, we got to get them to slow down, man, because they moving 1,000 miles a minute, and that's how all this recklessness happens.
Man, you trying to tell a YN to go breathe, boy, them boys gonna look at you crazy, boy, I'm like, "What?"
Turn into one of them new rap songs, man.
Right, them boy breathe. Say, "What you gonna do with no air, boy?" Like, "No."
Right, that's how it's gonna be to an up tempo beat.
One of the things I do wanna pick your brains on, as I watch different content creators
Mhm,
we got these spikes and tariffs and whatnot, and I know,
mhm,
like, you a man of, wellness, and you also do a lot of, like, home care products whether
mhm.
it's dealing with your skin or your face. You know, what's a good, like, these tariffs spiking, niggas can't be affording these cosmetics like they used to back in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
Man,
can't splurge like we used to and just go buy all these expensive ass cosmetics. So, what are your recommendations? What's a good, like, regimen, like, starting your day out?
uh, a good regimen, of course, is you know what I'm saying. You just gotta cleanse. But like you said, finding the right products to be able to properly cleanse yourself has become difficult. Whether it be in the stores and they're using different chemicals and that having adverse effects, or like you said, you try to go the natural route and buy in bulk and hitting you with tariffs. Um, but so I'm trying to come back to the game, man, just because I know that a lot of people are yearning more so for natural products. So uh, we'll be trying to introduce or put to the forefront a facial scrub that just
Oh,
help
man.
what I'm saying, exfoliate the skin. help bring newness to the cells and things of that nature. We can go further into it later when it, gets closer to that point. But get you a nice little scrub. That can also help in your morning routine and getting you to where you need to be. So, yeah, that's where I'm kind of sort of at with it.
What's your top, like, natural, like, top natural ingredients? Like, I do, I don't know if I haven't done a scrub in a minute, to be real with you.
Mhm,
Like, I'll do a wash. I do a wash every morning, and then
mhm.
I'll do a mask, but I haven't done a scrub in a minute.
Oh yeah, I like scrubs over mask. But I mean, again, to each his own. I know masks are beneficial. But some of the like you said, the natural ingredients or some of my favorite. It depends. Castor oil is good. I love like shea butter or cocoa butter.
Mm.
Um, Rosemary is good as always. Eucalyptus. It all more or less depends, but yeah, if you can get something that can help the cells and help with oxidation and bringing forth blood circulation, you're on the right track.
Is there like I know it's like some masks, it's like, "Alright, only do this twice a week." How
hmm
often do you do your scrubs?
Um, I've known people who do them daily. I know people who do them weekly. It's more or less what your skin type or you personally can handle. Some skin types can only handle it in moderation. Others can handle it more frequently. So that's kind of sort of something that if you've been using, cosmetics or hygiene products before, you more or less know what your body can handle. And so anything that, I would be suggesting or, speaking of is something similar to what you've already taken. So you would then just, what I'm saying, take that in relationship what you already were doing.
So I think, like, the first rollout we're gonna do with the we're gonna try to scrub, right? So my
hmm
first question is, like, I'm already doing my mask. So my mask is,
hmm
like, I use some of that, like, that, Indian clay, and
hmm
then I use
hmm
some turmeric, apple
hmm
cider, and
hmm
sandalwood is my ingredients for my mask.
hmm
Is it okay to do, like, to combine the 2? Like, if I
Yes,
say,
yes.
alright,
No problem. It wouldn't or it shouldn't cause any adverse effects. Combining those two is a part of some's facial regimen. They have a different pecking order of how they carry out their products or application of their products. So yeah, that's right in line. You can do the scrub first. And once you do that, then you can go ahead and add the mask on after and you'll still be good.
I mean, hey, man, hey, you do that mask right, you might be on somebody's order. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get a nice good facial, somebody put you on their pecking order, I guarantee you, boy.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: the scrubs and when the body butter is reintroduced have
Oh, yeah,
never failed me in the field yet. Never
yeah.
failed me.
Can't go wrong with a good booty butter, boy. That'll do it. That booty butter hit different, man. I tell you what. I know it been, like, a lot of controversy. I know you also do the hair products, right? You do the hair
Yes.
products, and, recently, like, it's been a lot of news about, you know, them tariffs on them bundles going up. I don't know
Them
if y'all gonna be able
carcinogens
to.
in the weave.
Yeah. The doggone Surgeon General came out too with some information today. I don't think she said nothing about the weed products, but hey, that information might be coming through the loop soon that y'all may have to
Mhm.
reveal that they got some cancer in the weaves. But, what do you wanna talk about the hair products? Like, what's your take on that?
Um,
Like, with the cancerous stuff that's going on with,
mhm.
like, the bundles and also the tariffs.
Yeah, I feel that that's another type of warfare. Um, just because I
Man, they
feel
got a
that
weed
those.
warfare?
Yeah, man, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's scientific because it's, what I'm saying, geared toward a specific demographic, a specific group of people.
Mm.
I believe that those games are being played there. So as you can see, there will be, um, like I said, if you haven't heard already, news about different carcinogens coming through with the hair weave. Um, there's different things, or there's different studies being done with when it comes to like the perms or the relaxers, the chemicals in that causing adverse effects or fibroids or things of that nature. So I feel like they're doing that on purpose, because they know what the hair represents to our culture, what it means. Like I said, even, I'm saying, to freedom and trying to escape, I'm saying, different type of braids and patterns. So they know that hair is powerful. So yeah, I think they are trying to get us with the chemicals. And then when you try to go natural or try to get better products, and get better sourcing, they hit you with the tariff. So that it's almost like, do I want to spend money on this, or do I want to get something cheap and affordable, but it gives me, I'm saying, problems in the long run.
Golly, boy, I ain't know you got the man done put doggone I wonder
Yeah, yeah.
what's the side effects? What's the side effects of the doggone, they put them bundles in there, and they be patting their head. I don't know if they got
Oh yeah, yeah.
any type of, weed CTE going on with that, but what do you think the side effects is of the bundle?
Um, shout out, now that you say that, shout out to Aaron McGruger, man, and the Boondocks. They definitely did an episode about this earlier. But like I said, I do feel that whatever it is in the hair, it is able to be transmitted through the skin, one of our largest organs. And then once it gets through the skin, and then, what I'm saying, it can get into your blood and all that different type of stuff. So I feel that's kind of sort of how it is. And maybe, what I'm saying, with you patting it, you help pushing it in, I guess. I
Oh,
don't
that
know. You know what I
activate
mean?
that activate the
It
ball.
active, bro.
Oh, damn. Oh, I gotta rewatch. I gotta put that clip on here some boy. I ain't know that one. I gotta rewatch Boondocks. I don't remember the doggone weed
Yeah.
activation.
It's when Huey try to make a bomb, but then they end up realizing that it's good, like hair relaxer. It's almost like a Breaking Bad episode.
Good gracious. So what's your call to action for the, for the woman who, them bougie ones, they still I'm like, "Hey, nigga, I don't give a damn what the hell you gotta say about, you know what I'm saying, your counsel and my doggone I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, I got the bread to do it, Imma do it."
Right, right.
But for the people who can't afford it and when them tariffs do hit, like, hard, what's your call to action?
um, it's tough, man, because like I said, it's a personal dilemma. I would just appeal to the people that they do what's best for them. If you can, try to go natural. Um, and like I said, try to, be healthy, in that way, so that it'll be better for your body. But if not, then just know that every choice has a consequence. I'm not saying that isn't a threat or fear, you know what I'm saying? But even if you make the right choice, it's still a consequence or, effect to that. So just be mindful of it. Don't be shocked. Understand that what you're doing.
Mm. I mean, you gotta think, man. If Future want he done made the big chop. That boy done
Yeah.
he done that
They,
boy was on a
they said he
doggone
looked
bed.
like Wanda Sykes.
That nigga was out there looking like a dirty tennis ball, boy. I was like, "Golly." That boy was on the Met Gala that I like, "Is that what the hell? Boy, that boy look like Tweety Bird out there."
Yeah,
If
yeah.
Future made the big chop, you can too. You know what I'm saying? It don't tear up Future, he had a little foresight. He like, "Man, hey," you know what I'm saying? Free bands, free bands.
Scissor hand, scissor hand.
Hey, hey, gotta go, gotta go. I ain't got time for that. Have you seen the recent news with the Surgeon General, the US Surgeon General that she came out with, the information?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
I think you kinda hit on it, some of the, like, the different food products, that was
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. When you keep saying it, I think of something different. I don't associate RFK with that, but I guess that is his
Oh, no,
official
this
title.
this is, I guess
Somebody else
she probably worked in the same department.
under them. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she's the US Surgeon General. She came out with a message pretty much, like, letting us know, like, the dirty games that, Big Pharma is playing with, our health or whether or not, like, placing emphasis on it. It's more of a them keeping you as a customer, doing whatever they can
Mhm,
to keep you paying for drugs. It's
mhm.
not like a wellness thing. So, she emphasized on like the importance of like rethinking about your lifestyle choices and
Mhm.
improving overall health and well being. But when stuff like this do like it's just been like a whole lot of like information, like you know what I
Mhm.
mean, and you it kind of like clouds your judgment. Like, all right, well, what's the hidden agenda behind all of this? Like you'll see your fair share of bull crap, then you see some real stuff, and then you'll see like uh, some borderline. Like, all right, that can go either way. So I
Mhm.
kind of like
Mhm.
took it as one of those with all the information, with everything that kind of like going on right now in the world, and just trying to process it. Um, but I want to hear your take on like I don't know if you saw the clip. I wish I had it pulled up. I could have played some of the clip that she had going, but she was just kind of like emphasizing on the corruptness of the medical system.
Oh yeah. I wish too, bro, so that I could be more direct on that. But yeah, that is definitely a dirty game out here, and it's been that way for a long time. I will, like I said, bring up or introduce RFK just because I know that some of the things that he said is kind of sort of piggybacking off of that, where Pepsi ended up coming out saying that they're going to redo their formulas to remove, dyes and all the different type of chemicals, and then Tyson said they was doing that as well, and so it makes you think that same thing that the Surgeon General was saying, like if people now can speak up and see how easy it is for them to change, why haven't they been doing it in the past? Why did they allow us to be, lab rats, for lack of better words, for so long? That it took somebody to, I'm saying, be a whistleblower or to sit there and say, hey, what you doing to us is wrong. Why couldn't we have, been healthy like we were before? But like you said, that's because it's easier for you to be a customer, what I'm saying, a reoccurring client, than somebody who, what I'm saying, a one and done sale.
Mm. That makes you think. Like I said, this information came out today.
Mhm,
Also, like that same clip that we started the intro with, both of those was like press conferences that came out today.
mhm, mhm,
And I like doing woke ones because we get to like kind of like unpack like outside the box thinking
mhm.
on certain topics, and it makes you wonder. All right, well, I wanted to ask like what type of like in the grand scheme of things, the way you seeing things play
Mhm.
out in the landscape of the media and content right now. Just in general, like you have any like conspiracies or like takes on like just different takes or outlooks on things that the average person probably won't see.
Um, the joke on Twitter is that it's hard to find new conspiracies because the old ones are being um proven true. I would just say, what I'm saying, to the public, it's hard to, as skeptic as it's going to sound, it's hard to believe somebody, and this somebody as in, what I'm saying, those who are the powers that be, that would have your best interest at hand when you have physically seen them do things of the contrary. So my message to people is do your own research, even though they like to clown that phrase, but do your own research, and then, whatever you feel and deem is right for you, do that. Don't impede on anybody else's liberty to do what's best for them. It's enough room for everybody to be themselves and us not to rub elbows. Um, but yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Do your own research and
that was
do
kind
what's
of
best
fly
for
though. I
you.
ain't front with you. That was fly. I think a lot of times that the media like focus on like high profile like cases to overshadow like
Mhm.
significant stuff that's going on in the world.
To distract you. Yeah, yeah. You speak on that often, Brody.
And right now it just seems like all right, there's an emphasis on race bait content, right?
Hmm.
Like you'll see the stuff happening with like what's the young lady Shiloh Hendricks where she came out
Oh, at the park.
called
Hmm.
at the park called the child called her a nigger, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
the hard ER, gave him the hard ER, and she just got, 700,000 doggone GoFundMe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But hell, let me bring up reparations in there, and it's a whole nother story. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's another topic. And then you got, of course, you got the Carmelo Anthony, and
Mm-hmm.
then you got Rodney Hinton, who
Mm-hmm.
with his son. Um, and it's another one out there. I think it was I'm drawing a blank, but of course we got Diddy. His stuff
Mm-hmm.
is going on that's just like taking over media, but nobody ain't really saying nothing about much about Epstein, which is kind of
Yeah, they
weird.
done buried that already. Mm-hmm.
But hey, man, those pretty much on the emphasis of Trump coming in. He said he gonna let us know everything about the Epstein, but all we
And
hearing
then what happened? Yeah.
hearing a lot of Diddy. But hey,
Mm-hmm.
we need you to double back. Let us see the Epstein paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Put him out on the forefront as well on this whole battle that y'all got going on. But on top of that, I find it odd, like with the Peach Head stuff. He came out and said he want to end wokeness, but
Mm-hmm.
damn, dog, you just lost damn 3 jets that just fell out the damn back of an aircraft carrier in the Red Sea. 67 million apiece. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know niggas got hemmed up off a regular doggone box of cigarettes that fell out that what you don't but hey, we ain't talking about that. Let's go ahead and just put a war on wokeness. We'll get that up out of here. But it be like stuff like that. Like you come out, you have these big, even with old girl with the medical stuff, and you're like, all right, well, like if y'all really serious about it, like you showed us you serious about it, just you know what I'm saying, hit that executive order, Playboy. Go ahead, hit the button on it. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't wrong, bro. You ain't wrong. And I think that's why, like you said, they give those distractions because people like, you know what I'm saying, you and me and even others, and when they sit down and take the time to think about it, they've had moments they question things. And then something happens to grab and no longer talking about that thing that made us sit there and say, ain't that? You know what I mean? So it's like I think it's done again consciously. The more distractions, the more to keep us from putting our energy to where it needs to be.
I mean, Tyree Nichols, that's who it was. Tyree Nichols. He the one who got found out guilty for the with the 3 Memphis police officer thing.
Hmm.
I don't think we brought that up on this on
No,
this,
we didn't.
but yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Like you'll see a lot of like stuff, the race bait stuff to kind of keep us distracted and keep us, going. And then like eh, I, I want you to kind of get in your bag with the conspiracy. Like
Okay.
it's a lot of wow, it's a lot of stuff, it's a lot of different directions you can go with this. But like the setup is pretty interesting to see how everything kind of play out. But I don't know. How do you with everything that's going on with all the information and whatnot? Like, how do you being that it's Mental Health Awareness Month? How do you stay grounded? Like, how do you like? I was telling somebody I was talking to earlier where like you can't consume all this stuff. You got to find time,
Correct.
just cut it off, shut it down. I think it was Nova. Was getting ready to. He FaceTime and he just had Fox News just playing in the background. I was like, damn, bro, I don't know how you can just sit there and just
And
listen
partake. Yeah, yeah.
all day. So, what are your trick for that? Like, how do you unpack that?
No, man, you hit it right on the head, bro. Sometimes you just have to make sure that you do not consume. So I try to create a schedule that occupies most of my time. And so the free time that I do have, I try to allocate it towards something that I feel that I'm missing. And then when I start to stray and start to go into, like you said, the distractions or the baiting, I try to pull myself back, bro, because like you said, once you get into that cycle or get into that wavelength, bro, it can be heavy on your mentals and weigh you down. So, like you said, bro, I try not to consume it. I don't want to feed that. I want to starve it. And I know that by doing those things, I feel a lot better, bro.
Do you ever since detox. Um,
Mhm.
how do you do detoxes like a mental detox? I know we do like myself. I do like physical detox. Like I'll have
Mhm.
uh, make sure I go on like all liquids or I do a fast. But do you do
Mhm.
like and sometimes we do like a spiritual detox.
Mhm.
But do you ever do like a mental detox?
Yeah, yeah. Like you said, more or less same thing, fasting from things. I'll tell myself, all right, I won't be going on this app or that app, or you know what I'm saying? I'll stay silent. I won't speak, won't say anything. But yeah, you gotta find a way to cleanse, or we used to call it back in some of our community work, drain the swamp. So you have to get all of that out.
Oh, that
Um,
what Trump called it.
yeah, yeah. He trying to remix everything. He taking from us still. Um,
Oh
but
man,
yeah,
that
you
man
gotta
was
get all
so
that.
woke and try to kick y'all out. Golly.
Yeah, bro. He gentrifying it up, bro. That's what he definitely doing. But yeah, you gotta detox it, bro. Gotta detox the spirit, gotta detox the soul, detox your aura. Because you know what I'm saying, that negative energy stuff is real, man, and it'll hang on to you.
I was listening to I can't think of the name of the book. I listened to it a while ago, but it was a spiritual book, spiritual laws. I think it was a spiritual laws book when it was
Hmm.
talking about. Um, I never tried this, and you just mentioned it, a detox where you don't talk,
Hmm.
and you're supposed to do it for. I guess you supposed each start with like a certain amount of time, and then just try to increase
Hmm.
the way you can like go days at a time without talking at all, and it's
Hmm.
supposed to enhance like your what am I thinking? It's supposed to enhance how you not how you definitely how you perceive things, but
Hmm.
I'm missing it, and I want to make sure I'll double back on it, and I'll have the information to you when we get back on the next show. But it's interesting. Like when you, why do you do the detox where you don't talk?
Uh, I think, and I'm hoping that we on the right wavelength, and I can pick this up. It helps me with two things. One being like restraint, and then being able to have the control over myself. So then it can be like, all right, if I'm saying that I'm taking a vow of silence, if we're gonna make it simple, I'll react. So something may get me to say something, but then to be able to realize that I don't have to react. I don't have to give that my attention. And if I don't give that attention, what then can I do with that energy? How can I turn that into something else? Because I'm really wasting it by putting it somewhere that I don't need to. So it helps me with restraint, helps me with control. And then from that, then I'm able to see what I could be doing differently to get closer to my dreams, desires, and wants.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head, and it also like increase your listening skills.
Yes, yes. I told you, bro. We here, bro. Brothers, we here.
Nail on the head. What books are you reading these days?
Um, to be honest, I'm still kind of sort of finishing up the last three that I kind of sort of mentioned. Um
Okay.
a chakra book, herbs book, and then I believe it's Atomic Habits. Just because I kind of sort of want to, what I'm saying, make sure I fully dive into that. And plus I got other projects going on. So I want to start a new reading, and start new projects. I just know that's too much for me. Uh Energy wise, so I like to stay in the same wheelhouse, and then let me finish that up, and then I can get some new books and then do something else.
Nah, I dig it. I dig it. Well, any last words before we take off? Any quotes? I know we talked about you know the economy in a sense when it comes to the tariffs
Mhm.
and trying to find ways to do things yourself. Any like nutritional anchors that you want to leave? I know we talked about the different skin products, the hair products. I don't think we touched much on like nutritional because I think these food prices definitely going to be going up. Uh,
Yeah, buddy, that's a thing. I'd say again, do your own research, but because again, my thing is like I tell people, excuse me, I help people with different ooh, meal preps and different things of that nature. And it's like I never try to push a specific diet or ideology. Tell people make sure that whatever it is that you're consuming is the healthiest or best version. So I got people that love chicken. As long as it's free of antibiotics and hormones, go ahead and eat your chicken. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
you know them niggas gonna eat that chicken now. You ain't gotta tell them that.
Yeah, go ahead. Or the same thing with the fish. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that what I'm saying it's free of parasites and things of that nature and has no chemicals. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? You know what's best for your body. We was never a monolith of just being one way. I just want you to be healthy. Healthy to me stands for heal thy, and then we might as well throw self at the end. So if you're healthy, you're healing thyself. That's a continuous journey. So do all the necessary research you need to make sure that you are taking care of your body or this avatar while you have it.
Damn, that boy said he'll die. Boy, golly,
Mhm.
boy. Hey, I'm gonna heal thighs. That's what I'm saying. I'm healing thighs, what? That's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to doggone find a healthy way to get some draws. That
Man, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, brother.
I guess my call to action would be, don't let these biases control you. Don't let
Mhm.
that be your news. Think for yourself. Don't be consumed by, you know, what you taking in. Also by other people's opinions. People gonna call
Mhm.
you, even if you have a different mindset and thought process. I've experienced that myself where people, if they don't agree with something, they call without even like trying to get a full understanding. They come in guarded, just on attack mode. You know
Mhm.
but be comfortable and trust, like your intuition.
Mhm.
Your intuition will never lead you wrong. Like if you feel a certain way and you think a certain way about things, don't let nobody make you feel bad about, how you feel and what you're thinking about it, especially if you're on the right spiritual journey. I guess, man, you can't go wrong with a good old Malcolm X quote, man. You got one?
Oh, yes. I'm a paraphrase, but it's my go-to. He says, when we change I to we, even an illness becomes wellness.
Golly, that boy just pulled a Malcolm X quote out. I ain't see what I'm saying? This is why we gotta keep woke Wednesdays going, boy, because I just tested my dog. I ain't even know he had one for real. I was just joking. I ain't know he was gonna figure out one on the fly.
Yeah,
Um,
that's my dog, man. That's my
shoot.
dog.
I don't wanna repeat. I think I don't know if I said this on last show, but if I did, then hey man, it need to be said twice.
That's
If you're
right.
not careful about the media, if you're not careful, the media will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and
Mhm.
loving the people who are doing the oppressing. So just take that into thought, and like old Cat Williams say, man, don't let them people tuck in your walls, man. It's okay to be woke. It's okay to think different. It's the Culture Uncut podcast. It's your boy Trey Pound, the moisturizer. Splash day, keep the doctor away with my dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We out.